The time trial, the race of truth. There's very few sports where us mere mortals can take on the professionals on the same turf. It's Mike here at Breathe Bike. Today I'm chasing Froomey's time on a mountain time trial stage of the Tour de France. This video is a slightly different format with some data overlays so you can see my power numbers, heart rate, etc. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So stage 18 of the 2016 Tour de France was a 17-kilometre individual time trial from the centre of Sallanches. It climbed 560 metres to the ritzy ski town of Megeve in the heart of the Mont Blanc region of the French Alps. Leaving Sallanches, it's a flat-out 4-kilometre run to the foot of the first ramp, the Cote de Domancy, which is famous for the 1980 World Championships. As you go past this island, there's a cracking sculpture of a cyclist, which is great for photographs if there's a group of you out here in the region. And just round the corner here, in celebration of Bernardino's win in 1980, there's another board which has this fabulous backdrop and pays homage again to Hinault. This first ramp is the Cote de Domancy. It's 2.5 kilometres long to the summit, averages 9.5% and peaks around 15%. The road was renamed in 2016 to celebrate Hinault's win, and just as we go up through the village of Domancy here, we're approaching the corner where Froomey skidded off his bike and finished the following day's stage on Geraint Thomas's bike when it was the Albeville to Béthé stage. It was pretty wet the next day. Anyway, this is the speed that the peloton were going up the climb in last year's Criterium Dauphiné, which gives you an indication. They're still on the big ring at this point. I mean, you may have heard me click down onto the little ring just by Hinault's board back there. Anyway, this is me trying to keep up with them as we come around the corner, and this is the steepest part of the climb. On the event day in 2016, we saw Rodriguez swapping from his time trial bike to his road bike at this point, which created a bit of excitement. And also, we were watching the big names here. So coming up, we saw Richie Porte and obviously Froomey, the last rider in the yellow jersey. On a good day, I'm getting up the Cote de Domancy in just over 10 minutes. I still haven't managed to break the 10-minute barrier, but that's a project for this summer. This particular day, I was averaging 285 watts for the 2.5 kilometre section. These guys are doing it in a long 6 minutes, a short 7 minutes. This steep section is also the part of the climb where Hinault attacked on the last lap of 20 laps. 20 times they went up here in the 1980 World Championships. That's a cracking view of Mont Blanc just there on your left as we wind up through these last super steep ramps, and when you get to this next corner, once you're around it, it does start to flatten out a little bit, and we're back to kind of 6-7% as we come up to the main road, and that's the end of the Cote de Domancy. If you get the chance, you should go and see a mountain time trial of the Tour de France. We had a large group out for the 2016 Tour de France, and I think it's fair to say that there was some apathy at going to watch a time trial. But at the end of the day, we've been to 5 different spots to watch. We'd given Bora Hansgrohe's Margus Burkhout directions to his Megeve hotel. We saw the top riders on the steepest part of the Cote de Domancy, and the view of watching a time trial had completely changed by the time we sat down to dinner that evening. So to put things into perspective, here we are in Combloux, 10 kilometres gone, 6 or 7 to go, and Froomey is already at the finish by the time I've got to Combloux. As we leave Combloux, you can see a really good view over to your left of the Megeve ski area as we approach the Princess ski lift, the gondola at Demi-Cartier, and we actually go through the car park here. That's the car park and the lift station on the left. This next section is very short but super steep. We're already at 12% here, and my heart rate's 156, and it goes up to nearly 20% at its steepest part. The observant among you, that's not suddenly started raining, that's sweat dripping off my helmet. So top of the road, we turn right and the gradient eases, and there's a relatively undulating section now for a kilometre or so to the next ramp. If you were with us in 2016, we're just coming up to the corner where we saw Peter Sagan, and also I'm just having a near miss with the gendarmes there as we turn the corner, and on to the last ramp. Again, this section does ramp up. We're at 8% already, and I think it's 17% just around the corner. For such a ritzy ski resort, it was the first visit of the Tour de France to Megeve. They had the finish of the time trial here, and then over the next 2 days they had 2 stages that transited through Megeve. So we've got some snow at the side of the road there. This was filmed at the end of March, and we'd not long had our probably final snowfall of the winter, and super stunning day as we wind up through the chalets of Megeve. This is the summit of the course as we just crest it and wind our way through these chalets and start to drop down towards Megeve. We come to the junction with the Mont Blanc road, and down on the final descent once we get past this car. So the final ramp down into Megeve, and a tight right-hander at the bottom. There's quite a few incidents here on the day. And as we aim towards the finish, so it's taken me 55 minutes to do the course. Froomey finished it in 30 minutes 43 seconds. I didn't think I was hanging about, but 25 minutes behind, a lot of work to do.
I hope you've enjoyed this 55 minutes of pain condensed into 10 minutes. Let me know what you think of the new format in the comments below. Please give us a thumbs up. And if it's your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.